So we have a recovery that could be built on jobs that won't last, and lingering issues about data hanky-panky that simply won't go away. To our very much worried all-stars, including Jonathan Hoenig, Lizzie McDonald, Matt McCall, and Mike Norman. So Jonathan, you first. What do you make of this?
Well, Neil, 12 years ago, Enron faked an entire trading floor. Remember, they hired, fake traders and had fake phones to basically deceive the analysts that they were actually doing business. And you're right, all the facts haven't come out, but at first glance, this seems very much to be the case. Whether it's over-hiring, what do they call it, front-loading hiring folks to save money, that I've never heard of in all my years in business, or simply double-counting folks. I mean, the government most certainly has an interest in showing that all that spending is working, which is why, in my opinion, a lot of these census numbers, employment figures, have been boosted. We created 41,000 private sector jobs last month in an economy of 300 million people. That's not much growth to be happy about.
Does any of this worry you, Matthew?
It does worry me, but I'm going to take the optimistic view here because I think there's probably not much optimism on this panel right now. We are improving.
No, I'm just saying it's the death of Western civilization.
That's it?
Right.
I really, it does concern me, but in the same sentence, I must say that, like I just said, over the last 12 months, we have improved. This is just 1 month. If we see the same type of number come in next month, then yes, I'm going to change my tune completely. I mean, we did create a little bit. We've seen some deceleration in the amount of jobs being created by the private sector. However, again, it's just 1 month. So I'm not saying this recovery is completely over because we had 1 month of slowdown. The one thing that does concern me is a negative feeling that we really have now. So if jobs are not created because people are pulling in the strings again, then we're in a lot of trouble.
So you're not taking out silver bullet futures or anything like that? But Lizzie, this month notwithstanding, I mean, we have seen a trend in recent months where the census workers, especially when they were just being tabulated, were a disproportionate influence.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is what the White House meant when it came up with the jobs created or saved number. I'm being overly facetious there, but we did see this, right? But Neil, we saw this. We did see this actually. I hear what Peter Morisi is saying. He's making some interesting, great points there. But we did see this in 1990 and in 2000 with the censuses there. The government's argument is they're saying that there was data skewing and there was front loading going on because they said because of attrition they needed to do early training of these people when people get let go, and they need to be able to send people into trailer parks, into homeless shelters, into carnival grounds, into campgrounds to count people.
The carnival grounds?
Yeah, to carnival grounds.
That's probably that's getting the wrong people tabulated.
Well, I'm just fair and balanced. That's their argument. In other words, cost efficiencies from training.
Michael, the one area where I could see, and I will give the benefit of the doubt, a lot of front-loaded hiring. When you start an enterprise or a business undertaking, let's say you start a new network, you hire a lot of people with the belief being that maybe we've got more people than we need. But better to have too many than too few. What do you make of that argument that proves that maybe in this particular area they're right?
I think they are right. And look, in an economy where the private sector is really flat on its back, at least when it comes to creating jobs, frankly, I don't see what the problem is here. I mean, it's inarguable that government hiring has helped the job situation. If you want to quibble over whether it was 400,000 or really 300,000, basically you come out
artificial, right?
Why is it artificial? You're telling me, is the income paid to those workers artificial? Can they not now go out and buy things? Can they? Isn't that recycling?
So you're saying the ends justifies the means, right? Because it does generate.
Is it better to not have jobs? Is it better to not have job creation?
Can I please interject for just 1 minute?
Very quickly.
Money is not grown on the government money tree. Either have inflation, higher taxes, or devalue currency.
We're at a 44-year low.
Can I finish, please?
Let her finish real quick.
It's wrong.
No, just please for a second. We collect $2.7 trillion in taxes every year. We borrow the rest. Even JFK said the only way to get revenue, profits, and jobs is to cut taxes. JFK and Democrats voted for that.
You had a point.
Well, I mean, let's have a census every year. I mean, we can have 30% of the population working for the census. Everyone can have a job, and I think that's the attitude that's leading the economy right now.
It's not sustainable jobs. You're right. They're not sustainable jobs. What happens when the census is over and we're not creating jobs?
Well, and create jobs somewhere else if you want.
Well, guys, I'm telling you, these are paying almost $20 an hour. I'm hooking my daughter up to this puppy, so there could be something good going on here. But we have a lot more coming up. Spending more when even a top Democrat says maybe that spending could have Democrats spent.
What, in my view, is an unconstitutional